transmission lines, I am very happy that for the first time in Kenya today, we will have a transmission line from here in Menengai that will go to Olkalau, that will go to Nanyuki, supply power to that region all the way to Meru. They will, for the first time, access geothermal power from Menengai. That investment is being made by the private sector. The Adani Group are investing in the transmission line, their money, 95 billion. We would have otherwise gone to borrow that money, burden the people of Kenya. This is now a private sector investment, the same way Keshan here is a private sector investment, the same way Sosian is a private sector investment. We will pay for that transmission line using a wheeling charge that has been negotiated. And it is important for us as a nation to appreciate that a partnership between public and the private sector gives us a win-win outcome where we can deliver public services and public goods using the efficiency of the private sector, investment of the private sector, as a way of supporting overall development in our country. I urge the Geothermal Development Corporation to develop and sustain a high capacity to offer effective leadership in driving Kenya's energy transition.
Parliament, the executive, the separation of power these days no longer are that clear. However, if we have so many cases like these ones, especially of issues like Adani, considering that you, LSK, and the Kenya Human Rights Commission have these cases in court, then it becomes very hard for courts to set aside one for expediency. So I think right now what I'm learning from you, Tony, is never give up. That is what I'm learning from you. And as much as we might not like the system, we have to work within the system. And that's why when we go to court, you have to make sure that you're ready. On November 11th, I'm very sure that we'll be ready. I've looked at the petition you sent me, very robust, about 73 pages. So I need time to really look at it. And I also urge everybody who gets this petition to look at it so that we understand, so that people like KOT, when you go for public education, you have knowledge exactly on what Tani is doing on the lockouts. But we might not have so much confidence on the judiciary, but if we are organized and our petition is sound, the way I'm looking at Tani's petition, you know, it's really unfortunate that Mount Kenya jurists and our friend Kibe Muigai could not show up. However, the petition is sound. You know,
have you seen how much I've spent on it, and the documents that I got? The government doesn't even know how I got. You've seen how thorough it is.
Splendid, splendid, splendid. Awesome piece of legislation. In fact, this might go down as a precedent-making legislation for future, just for Africa, for Africa's sake, because we've seen what is happening in Tanzania, in Uganda. I think this case of yours might set a precedent in future, because it's really organized, and I really applaud her for that. It's really organized. So, Tony, you're an inspiration. We are now working within the
Box. If you guys get me through the 11th, we are going to beat RUTO. You know there are two. You know, D is not the only one who went to Oxford. So you know.
That's a group of schools, man. So really, I want to see how, because this is also a litmus test to the judiciary, isn't it? Right. So
I want to add a very important point, and I've been repeating this, and I also want Mweru to take notice of this, because she briefs a lot of people on this issue. I've told you I've got all the workers. Are you understanding? Do you remember we had put the airport on a standstill? So I'm trying to tell you, we are not joking. The workers are party to the petition. You can see that they are the second respondents. interested party, and you can see they are represented by friend Gatia. Let me tell you, if anybody was to play with the legal process, we shut all the airports in Kenya in 1 minute. What are you talking about? We are not laughing. My friend, listen, me, I'm not Michael that Ruto has been playing around with since he was there. Ruto was born in 1966. I was born in 69. We are age mates. Na tunajuana kwa Kilemba. And I've told you and I've assured the country, why would I put my name forward? I give you my word of honor. We are going to defeat him.
It will be very interesting to see this one out.
If anyone interferes on this matter, I can assure you in one phone call, we shut all the airports, my friend. And all the workers are parties. Have you not seen that they are parties?
Yes, I've seen they are enjoined on the suits, right? Very enjoined. And also, I think it's also tactical that you also went to the Congress in India, because I think you've made this thing international in a way that the Kenyan judiciary cannot play around with it, because this is the eyes of the world are on this case. And all we can do is support and just give you whatever you need, Tony. Just call on us. We'll ensure that we do whatever we can do, because you've taken one for the team, and we are here to help you on that one. So the conversation today has been good.
I'm so happy you've seen that petition. I'm really, because I know you're so serious and consistent. It was so important for me that you and also Nelson have a copy, because it's important to see the amount of work that has been done. It's very important.
Big work. And just to consider that 73 pages and all of them are just focused on issues. I like how you raised it. I'm still going through it, but already I like what I'm seeing. And I want your permission to share it with some of my platforms, so that also some people can go through it. So that is the permission I was seeking from you, that I can use it to make it public.
I believe that as much as we're listeners, we need to educate ourselves. Please read the Adani deal so we can all resonate with why this is very serious and crucial, that we make sure that we stop them. Read the Adani deal, read the PPP Act, and read the petitions, in case you haven't. And Marabu, if you don't mind, now that I'm not in a position to do that right now, if you don't mind sharing that petition on this space, and also if you have a copy of the Adani deal, if you can proceed and just go ahead and share it. I don't know if we have any legal person here or a lawyer or whatever, but also if you have access to that PPP Act, if you don't mind sharing this so people can have access to them, so we can start reading this thing and we start internalizing them and understanding why we're being violated. 100%. This is a complete violation. These people are insulting our intelligence. I read the Adani deal.
Right. But I see KOT here, and I remember he took us through the entire public participation, public procurement thing. I think KOT and Wanyama the last time took us through it. I don't know if he has a soft copy, but let me see. I have some snippets of it. Let me see what I can do. But let's see about KOT. I think he has some of them. Thank you very much for the time.
Mweru and Tony, actually, I think, I'm just from Meru. We've just winded up our civic education in Meru, and so we are back to Nairobi. So probably in 4 hours we'll be in Nairobi. But then, on the matter of 11th November, then we need to do proper mobilization. Probably we use our spaces, and I'll be there to do that. And so what I'm going to do from tomorrow, I'm going to ensure that I get good graphic designers. We design good posters and placards, and these posters will be using them here on social media to ensure that we pass that information to social media influencers and of course on the ground to ensure that on that 11th we are at Milimani Law Courts as early as possible. So anybody who is able to do that, you can always hit up in my DM, then we can see what you can do. But guys, honestly, civic education out here, it's doing wonders, because I just realized that most of people here in Mashinani, they are not aware of what is happening. And as you can see on the videos that I've been posting on this platform, when we have been touring places, we talk to those Mama Mboga, those people that RUTO calls the Mama Mboga, and the farmers, border borders, and of course even students. Most of these people, they are not aware of what is happening. Yeah, you tell somebody the issue of Adani, they are not aware, but now you have to explain to them in details exactly what is happening, how our airport, we are going to lose that airport, how we are going to lose our tax because nobody is going to account for those, the tax we pay. That's when they exactly start to resonate with you. So personally, before we even go to 11th, let us continue doing civic education and political education out here, because information is power, and when you lack that knowledge, you'll probably moving in a direction that actually doesn't please the movement. And so when we're having this information, we go to the ground, educate people exactly what is happening, then you'll realize that most of the people we are supporting us, but now what they don't have is that information. They don't have the knowledge. Yeah. So by empowering them and equipping them with proper knowledge of what is happening in our country, then we are going to win those hearts. So on 11th November, personally, I saw Amenya accepted to join with me the hands. Then we see how we are going to do proper mobilization on these spaces, and of course even on the ground, whenever I tour somewhere where I feel like people needs to know that 11th we need to be at Milimani locals. Otherwise, let me just listen, because I'm on the way back to Nairobi. At times I might experience some network issues. Thank you.
Thank you.